I hope my voice is audible to everybody and you all seen my shared screen. My voice is audible and you all seen my shared screen. Please reply on chat. So good evening to everyone and those good evening for all those students who are watching me on YouTube also. Okay, okay, fine. Means my voice is audible and you all seen my shared screen also. Okay, very good. So today's your lecture is about geography intro. Not audible, Danish. Please check uh, your connectivity. Maybe some problem. So today I am going to discuss about geography intro. How you should prepare a geography for your UPSC preparation. That will be include both prelims and mains exam. Okay. So we will discuss strategy and also discuss some of the important book sources, what you should read for geography, and how you should cover a topic. When you are going to read any of the topic in geography, then how you should able to complete it. Okay. And what type of question will become in your prelims exam. First of all, you should know what is the purpose of geography here, why you in UPSC this subject was included, geography. So geography was included because you should know about India, you should know about the world, you should know about all the weather phenomena, you should know about the important disaster, because once we'll become an IS officer or IPS, so will be a DM or district, means you will become an SP. So in such a case, some situation will become in your life when you have to manage district, some disaster occurred. Okay, so if that area is more disaster prone area, for example, if you are posted in Jammu and Kashmir or somewhere in northeastern state, then you should know what geography all about. Okay, वहाँ पर क्या है, वहाँ vegetation कैसा है, वहाँ के cultural कैसे हैं, वहाँ के लोग का settlement कैसा है, what type of economic activities done by people of that place. So this is all required to will study in geography, and these things will apply in your field work. Okay, तो इसलिए ज्योग्राफी को पढ़ना बहुत जरूरी है ताकि आप समझो, इंडिया को अच्छे से समझो और पूरे वर्ल्ड को भी समझो. And this geography will also help you to understand the international relation. Okay, you have a topics like subject like international relation. Wait a second, let me connect this my pen with laptop so that I will able to write. Okay, now I will able to write. Okay, so you know you have to study about international relation also and environment. Okay, environment. So international relation is what about India's foreign policy, India's policy along with other countries. Okay, India policies kaisa hai. So India policy, if you want to know the relation between India and China, then in that case you should know geographical difference, geographical location of India and China, their border disputes. अगर border disputes हो रहा है तो ऐसा border disputes होने के पीछे reason क्या है, some of the background means history आपको जानना पड़ेगा. तो everything you will study in geography, that will be the important one. So this yeah, means session is presented by me, Praveen Chaube. I am the Faculty of Geography and Environment, Calcutta IS. Okay, so let's start our session. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई विल डिस्कस सिलेबस इन डिटेल. देखिए, कोई भी सब्जेक्ट आप तैयारी करने जा रहे हैं, कोई भी चाहे वो यूपीएससी का कोई भी सब्जेक्ट हो, लाइक ज्योग्राफी, इन्वायरमेंट, पॉलिटी, इकोनॉमिक्स, ओके, साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी, तो सबसे पहले जो इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है कि यू शुड नो दिस सिलेबस. ओके, सिलेबस बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है क्योंकि यू शुड नो वेयर यू हैव टू फोकस, कितना आपको समय लगाना और क्या क्या चीजें पढ़नी है और क्या नहीं पढ़नी है. ठीक है, क्योंकि सब्जेक्ट्स बहुत सारे हैं इसमें और आपको सारे सब्जेक्ट्स में आपको यू नो नीड टू बिकम अ मास्टर, नो नीड टू डू पीजी इन ईच एंड एवरी सब्जेक्ट. ऐसा नहीं कि ज्योग्राफी में आप पूरा डिटेल में पढ़ने जा रहे हैं, फिर पॉलिटी को पूरा डिटेल से पढ़े जा रहे हैं, इतना जरूरत नहीं है. यू शुड नो एवरीथिंग फ्रॉम ऑल दी सब्जेक्ट्स. ऐसा नहीं कि कोई भी सब्जेक्ट को आप कंप्लीटली स्केप कर दिए, साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी को आप छोड़ ही दिए और इन्वायरमेंट को छोड़ ही दिए, ऐसा नहीं है. सब सब्जेक्ट को आपको पढ़ना है, बैलेंस्ड अप्रोच वे में आपको तैयारी करनी है. तो सबसे पहले बात करते हैं प्रीलिम्स में. सो व्हेन यू विल सी अ सिलेबस इन प्रीलिम्स एग्जाम, देन व्हाट आर टॉपिक्स गिवन in geography. So we'll see here mentioned about India and world geography. Okay, India and world geography. अब इससे क्या पता चलता है कि इंडिया एंड वर्ल्ड ज्योग्राफी में क्या पढ़ना है, इंडिया एंड वर्ल्ड ज्योग्राफी. Okay, so when you will see the syllabus, okay, you will find that what exactly mentioned about the geography. So in geography, you'll see the syllabus mentioned India and world geography. So India and world geography include your physical geography, social geography, economic geography of India and the world. So with the help of this much syllabus, how you able to identify what are the topics you have to study in geography. Means if I will say physical geography, then what topic will become in physical geography, what topic will become in social geography, what topic will come in economic geography. Okay, for this you have to see a past year question paper and you have to read NCERT. Okay, I will mention here also what are the book sources you will study in geography. Okay, so in prelims you have to study India and world geography. Let's see the syllabus in mains exam. So in mains exam you have a GS paper 1. Okay, this is called GS paper. You all know this UPSC exam pattern. There will be a 4 GS paper in your mains exam along with your optional paper. So plus one optional paper, 4 GS paper plus your essay paper. Okay, so total number of paper will become 4 GS. In optional paper, 2 paper will be there. One optional, you have to choose only one optional, but there will be 2 papers. So paper 1 and paper 2. Okay, so it will become a 2 paper in optional and 1 essay paper. So total number of 7 papers in mains exam. Total number 7 papers. Okay, so 4 GS papers. So GS paper 1, that include your geography syllabus. So it includes your syllabus like a salient feature of world physical geography. World physical geography. Now, most of you are confusing with world physical geography means you have to study about geography of Australia, Africa, North America, South America separately. Then they will ask you a question separately from Africa, separately from America. That type of geography will not require here. You should know the general physical geography. General physical geography means you should know the climate of the world. You should know the what type of landforms in different part of the world and different oceans and their special characteristics. So Jitendra and Satpal, if anyone have a doubt, you can write your doubt in chat box. Okay, I will read your doubt and then I will answer your question. Okay. So those who are raising your hands, please write your doubts in chat box. I will answer whatever you have a doubt. I will clear it. Okay. So in GS paper, you see a salient feature of the world physical geography. Second important thing is distribution of key natural resources across the world, including South Asia and the Indian subcontinent. It means natural resources like coal, petroleum, natural gas, okay, crude oil जो भी मिलता है पूरे वर्ल्ड में, साउथ एशिया में, इंक्लूडिंग इंडियन सबकॉन्टिनेंट. तो इन सारे जो रिसोर्सेज है, फॉर एग्जांपल मिनरल्स रिसोर्सेज, okay, uranium, coal, petroleum, natural gas, then what is the reason behind for distribution of such resources in different part of the world, and what are the factors responsible for all this? Okay, so distribution of key natural resources across the world, including South Asia and Indian subcontinent. Factor responsible for the location of primary, secondary, and tertiary sector. This is very important to know the syllabus first. Okay. Yes, geography optional. Okay, I will also speak something about geography optional. Those who want to join geography optional, unke bare mein I will also say. Okay. Okay, so everything I will share, everything I will discuss here about the book sources, name of the atlas, what atlas you should read, and what newspaper is required for your UPSC. Everything I will discuss here. Okay, let me first explain. First discuss all the syllabus. Okay, geography syllabus in detail. Okay, so distribution of key natural resources across the world, including South Asia and Indian subcontinent. Factor responsible for location of primary, secondary, and tertiary sector. Primary, what are the primary sector? Means like agro-based industries. We say cotton industries, jute industries. Okay, sugar cane industries, sugar industries. Okay, what are the factor responsible for their distribution? Secondary industries include your like manufacturing, iron industries, iron steel industries. Tertiary means the service sector, IT industries. Now in India, you see most of the industries like IT industry you see in South India, and most of the agriculture-based industry you see in Northern India. So why? What are the factors responsible for distribution of all these industries? Okay, then industries in various part of the world, including India, means cotton-based industries, automobile industries, pharmaceutical industries of different part of the world. Okay, so important industries of the world and their location, what are the factors? When we say factors, so factors include here like there should be a labor, a cheap labor should be available. Labor means it should be a skilled labor. Okay, then a market should be a very near. Okay, whatever the means you are means manufacturing any product, that product you can easily sell in nearby market. This is again another factor, market. Third one is your means capital, means required money required for setup of any industries. Okay, then raw materials should be very close. If you are going to set up an iron and steel industry, then raw materials like iron ore, then coal should be production of coal should be very nearby the areas, so that you can able to transport easily, and you can produce means final products, and you can sell in nearby market. So these are the factors. So reason behind for means location of these industries and what are the factors. So that will be the important industries of the India and all the world, all over the world. Okay. Then important geophysical phenomena such as earthquake, tsunami, volcanic activity, and cyclone. Important geophysical phenomena like earthquake. What is the reason behind for the occurrence of the earthquake? You like in India, you see earthquake occur in northern part of India, especially in Himalayan state. Okay, what is the reason behind for most of the earthquake you see in Indian Ocean, like Japan Island, Philippines Island, Indonesian islands? Okay, what is the reason behind all these things? So everything we'll discuss in detail in your geography, means we'll discuss about physical geography, so you will able to understand the reason behind for occurrence of the earthquake, volcanic eruption, tsunami, and cyclone. Okay, so what is cyclone? Means you see recently a cyclone formation in the Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea. Okay, what is why cyclone, more cyclone is formed in Bay of Bengal as compared to the Arabian Sea? So we will discuss everything in detail in our class exam. Geographical features and their location. Geographical features and their location, like changes in critical geographical features, like including water bodies, ice caps, means because of the climate change. Okay, because of the climate change, global warming, what are the consequences you see? You see the consequences like a melting of the glaciers. Okay, you see how the rainfall pattern of India and all over the world is changing. Means you see a drought, fire, forest fire occur in many part of the world. Okay, recent Amazon forest fire, then your forest fire in America, then forest fire in Australia. Okay, these all are the consequences we see. Migration of species from one part to another part of the location because of climate change. They are not able to adapt the climate, whatever the means temperature increases, so they are not able to adapt it. So they start to migrate. All these consequences means flora and fauna here clearly mentioned. Flora and fauna means, flora means vegetation here, and fauna means animal kingdom. Means you whatever the changes you are seeing in vegetation pattern, and what changes you see in a pattern of animals, means their distributions, species diversity we are talking about. So how they means extinction of animal, how animals become endangered, critically endangered, that will be the part. So you can imagine here that most of the question that will come in your mains exam, that will be overlapping with your environment. Okay, so once you will have a basic in geography, then you can easily write answer in environment also, and you can understand all the burning issues that based on environment and your geography. Okay, apart from this, after discussing of syllabus, I will here mention about the number of questions they are asking from geography from all means the last 10 years. So last 10 year, when you will see a number of questions that include from 2011 there was 11 questions, then in 2012 for 17 question, 18, 14, 16, means overall we can say that 12 plus question, 12 plus question will be there. Okay, so okay, okay. Yes, sir. Someone of you asking about where you can get NCRT. So you can directly visit NCRT website. Okay, that will be a very good. If you visit NCRT website, then you can select your class, which class NCRT you want and which subject. Then PDF file will be open. You can directly download an entire book, or you can download also a chapter wise. Okay, so whatever your convenient, you can do it. Okay, so there will be no any means very tough. You can just visit NCRT website, official website of NCRT. Click on ebook. Okay, there is mention about ebook, and in ebook when you will click, the one page will be open, and that will show all NCRTs for class 6 to or from class 2, 3 to class 10, 12. Okay, so you can download it. So what I'm saying, the 12 plus question will be from your geography, and that will be the both static portion plus your current affair. Current affair means whatever the issue you will study in current affair. For example, on monsoon ke upar, if any is means news about on monsoon, then be prepared for about monsoon. Maybe in prelims they can ask you question from monsoon, about southwest monsoon or northeast monsoon. Okay, maybe there means some question, some news on cyclone. Okay, formation of cyclone in Bay of Bengal, reason behind for cyclone formation, and who are the countries who are responsible for naming the cyclone. You know, every time you see a different name of the cyclone, so who are responsible for naming the cyclone, and why Bay of Bengal, you see in Indian coast cyclones are formed. So mostly cyclones are formed in Bay of Bengal, means Arabian Sea. This is the Arabian Sea part, and this is the Bay of Bengal part, and this is the Indian Ocean. So this is called a peninsula. That's why India, this is called a peninsula, because all three part of the Indian landmass is means touches the three water bodies. So cyclones that form in Arabian Sea is very less number as compared to the Bay of Bengal. So what is the reason behind this? So they can ask you such type of question, conceptual based question in prelims exam, if you will go through a current affair news. Okay, yes, you can cover the geography syllabus from NCRT, class 11, 12 NCRT. You can easily, whatever the topic is given in your GS in syllabus, you can easily cover from NCRT. No need to buy any reference book. I will not recommend you to buy any of the reference book. Okay, you can just read NCRT multiple times, read NCRT. Not I am saying the only one time, you can read more than 10 times NCRT and focus on current affair. Current affair means whenever you are reading a newspaper, you will find any of the important news related to geography. That news will be important. I will show you one news article here. Okay, so that you will able to relate with your means static portion along with your current affair. Now this is the book sources. What are the book sources you will read for NCRT? Optional, this is the geography intro is about GS subject. This is not about the geography optional. Okay, next week we will plan for geography optional, where I will discuss only about the geography optional, all about the books and topics, what are the topics given in GS, your syllabus. Okay, now in book sources, what are the book sources you will read for GS? This is entirely for geography GS. Okay, now NCRT class 6 to 12, no need to confuse between new and old NCRT. Many of the students are confused, means which NCRT they should read, whether a new NCRT or old NCRT. I will recommend you to read a new NCRT, because there will be not a big difference between old and new NCRT. Okay, same concept means if you are reading means old NCRT, you will read about what are the significance of water vapor in the atmosphere. In new NCRT, will also read the same significance. So don't confuse between new and old. Always read a new NCRT. Okay, so you can read class 6 to 12 new NCRT. Okay, so first 3 months of your preparation, you can give to your NCRT. Not only geography NCRT, you can go through a polity, history NCRT, economy NCRT. Okay, general science NCRT, basic of NCRT. New NCRT means the recent means that one is always in UPSC. You can visit NCRT website, official website. Latest update NCRT will be uploaded. Okay, so means there what updated, they can only add some a few points, new one, but most 99% of the things will be the same. So new NCRT, you can read it, class 6 to 12 NCRT. Your focus should be especially on class 11 and 12 NCRT. Okay, you can focus more on class 11 and 12 NCRT for your mains exam. For your mains exam, you can focus on class 11th and 12th NCRT. Now in class 11th NCRT, one book is called Fundamental of Physical Geography. Fundamental of Physical Geography. This book will help you to know the syllabus that is mentioned called salient feature of world physical geography. So you can easily find all the important topic that is not clearly mentioned in your syllabus, that you can read from Fundamental of Physical Geography. This is the first book called Fundamental of Physical Geography that will help you to know about world geography. You know what is world geography? This is all about the world geography topics you will study. Means in this book you will read about the climatology. Okay, you can read about the geomorphology. Okay, geomorphology. You can read about the oceanography, and two chapters on environment also. So this is very important book, very important book for exam point of view. In prelims also, in mains exam also, a question will be from a Fundamental of Physical Geography book. So I will recommend you to read more than 4 times this book, line by line reading of this book will be help you to solve question in prelims exam as well as mains exam. Okay, then one more book is available in class 11th NCRT called India Physical Environment. Please write the name of the book if you are not able to remember, so you can write the name. So India Physical Environment is second book. This book is very good, nicely written on Indian geography. Indian geography means most of the question that will become in geography from Indian geography, like about the physiography of India, about the Himalayan system, India Himalaya system, a Great Plain of India. Okay, vegetation, what vegetation you see, different types of vegetation, what different types of soils find in India. Okay, so that book will be very good, like India's weather, climate system, India's drainage system, means river system of India, Himalayan drainage system, means peninsular river system. Everything is written very nicely in India physical environment. That book is for your Indian geography. So highly recommend, this book is highly recommended book for exam point of view. You can read class 6 to 10 NCRT. That will make your base, okay, for understanding the basic things. But your focus during the time of your exam, prelims as well for mains exam, your when I say revision, you should start a revision. So which book you should revise? You should revise class 11th and 12 NCRT. Okay, 12 NCRT is entirely your human geography. Okay, so question that will become in mains exam will be from these two class NCRT, class 11, 12 NCRT. But sometime question, in some basic question, they can ask you from this book, like class 9 and 10 NCRT also. But if you want to understand geography very clearly, then you should read class 6 to 12 NCRT. Then I will recommend you to read a newspaper every day. You are reading a newspaper. Newspaper is a very important part of your UPSC preparation. You can't escape it. Okay, so the Hindu newspaper. Okay, whenever you read a newspaper, you should divide the topics. Like you should find the topic from polity. You should find a topic that is related from geography. Okay, reading a newspaper means what? You have to just find the topic. आपको topic उसमें select करना है. Like polity, geography, then economic topic आपको खोजना है. You should find a topic related with the international relation. You should find the topic from related with science and technology. You should find the topic related with the environment. Okay, you can divide your current affair in following topics: polity, geography, economy, IR. Sometimes you see in a newspaper they are also mentioned about art and culture and history part. Okay, so art and culture, history part. You can also select some of the topics, current affair news based on art and culture. Means archaeological survey of India recently discovered Indus Valley sites from this part of India. Then you should again revise Indus Valley civilization. Okay. Yes, most of you have a question. Sixth standard, myself read book but not find back year question. Okay, okay. So you can buy a book that is, yes, GC Leong book. Yes, GC Leong book is important. GC Leong book is important. Okay. Uh, okay, GC Leong book is important. You are asking egg topography. This is the landform, different type of landforms. The part of the your optional subject. This is the question from optional subject. No need to buy a Majid Hussain book. I will. That's why I'm recommending no need to buy any reference book if you are talking about GS, geography, GS. No need to buy any reference book. For optional subject, I will recommend a book name. But for GS part, only you can read GC Leong book and NCRT and GC Leong book. Okay, one book is called GC Leong. Okay, GC Leong book is called Certificate and Physical Geography. This book you can read only once you complete NCRT. Once you complete NCRT, then you read GC Leong book. Tabhi book open. No need to buy Savinder Singh Ravi, because this is for your optional paper. If you want to choose geography as optional paper, then you can go through Savinder Singh. Otherwise, for GS purpose, read NCRT multiple times and current affair. That will be sufficient for you to crack, means solve the questions. Okay. So one atlas, Orient Black Swan School Atlas. You should also have one atlas. You can go through one atlas like Orient Black Swan Atlas or Oxford School Atlas. Okay, only one atlas. No need to buy two atlas. Only one atlas. Yes, no, notes and I will also share a PDF file. Difference between NCRT and standard book. See, a standard book have given a lot of extra information. But in UPSC, basically, this is our general study. That's why they are the part of general studies. Means UPSC not expecting question will be a very tough level. They can ask you a question whatever given in your NCRT book. That will be the only topics. But once you will follow a standard book is required for subject like polity, for subject like history, for subject like economy. Because in economy, you see that entirely based on current affair. And because of the economic survey published every year, economic survey released every year, so most of the new concept is always means you read in a newspaper. So that's why I will recommend you to go through a reference book for other subjects. But in case of geography, I will recommend you to read only NCRT. Okay, then you read NCRT, then you will find questions will be more easy. Yes, basic foundation. NCRT will help you to understand the basic things. Now this is a one, you can see one newspaper cutting. Okay, I'm just sharing with you all a newspaper cutting. You can relate with your geography GS. Okay, how you can relate with geography GS? This is a news about INCOIs to go for aerial mapping of the ocean floor, and this is called a bathymetric study. What is bathymetric study? Bathymetric study is about study of ocean floor. Ocean floor को study करने को bathymetric study करते हैं, means that give information to government that what exactly present on the ocean floor, what type of relief features. As you see on the land, you see the relief features that is present called mountains, plateau, plain, okay, valleys are present over the continent. Similarly, over the ocean floor also relief features, different types of relief features are present. Okay, so this is a new recommendation given by this body that will study the ocean floor. Okay, ocean floor of the Andaman and Nicobar Island and Lakshadweep Island. These two islands. Now, focus should be here for Plim's point of view. They can ask you bathymetric. What is the bathymetric study? They can ask you Andaman Nicobar Island. Maybe question be from Andaman and Nicobar Island. See, Andaman Island is formed because this is the part of volcanic island, and Lakshadweep Island is entirely a coral reef island. Okay, so you should know the basic difference. Okay, you should know the basic difference between Andaman and Lakshadweep Island. So this type of question they can ask you. So whenever you see any news article that is based on geography, you try to find out the basic. First, you find out whether you know the basic thing or not, and then this article will be helpful for you. Bathymetric means study of ocean floor. This is a like when we study the ocean floor. Okay, means ocean or sea floor. कि उसके फ्लोर पे क्या क्या है, मीन्स सपोज वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द मिनरल्स, वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द माउंटेन्स आर प्रेजेंट. When you will study geography, oceanography part, जब oceanography part पढ़ोगे तो you will find that our ocean floor is not entirely a plain area. It's not a plain area. Some relief features is also present over the ocean floor, like a mountain that we called as mid-oceanic ridge. You see a very deepest part of the earth called trenches also present over the ocean floor. You see some mountains are present, some volcanic mountains are present. So that study is called bathymetric study when we study entire the ocean floor. Okay, and see, when you will read entire article, you will find that what is the purpose of this study. Purpose of this study to find out cyclone, जो भी cyclone बन रहा है, okay, disaster like cyclone, for better prediction, better forecasting of the cyclone, better forecasting of tsunami, okay, this type of things, or landslides, volcanic eruption that happened very near to the Philippines and Indonesian island. So sometimes Philippines and Indonesian island have a very means you can say volcanic mountains are present. So when these volcanic mountains are erupted, it causes a tsunami in Indian oceans. So this type of problem always arises. So that's why scientists wanted to forecast this type of things in advance. That's why they wanted to study entire ocean floor in detail. So in prelims exam, they can ask you a question about bathymetric, Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Okay, then they can also study about this what is Indian National Center for Ocean Information Services. Okay, it's planning to take the help of National Remote Sensing Center for aerial mapping of the Andaman and Nicobar Island and Lakshadweep to get better picture of the ocean floor, also called bathymetric study. So first paragraph explain about the bathymetric study and the purpose of this new planning. Why this planning is about? The planning is about to know ocean floor in better way. Okay, and once they understand the ocean floor in better way, they can forecast any type of disaster, because some disaster when occurred, they not give a time for the people to relocate. So it was so fast, it's so randomly that it caused a loss of means thousands of lives for and a loss of property. That's why they want to forecast in advance. This is the main purpose of study. So this type of question will be very helpful for you in prelims exam. So when you basically ask what is bathymetric study, suppose in prelims exam they can ask bathymetric. So many of the students will be confused. They can blame UPSC that UPSC is asking question out of the syllabus. This is not the out of the syllabus. This is the part of the current affair. That's why always keep your eye open whenever you read a newspaper. Try to find a news article based on different subjects. You can relate with the economy, geography, polity, history, art and culture, science and technology. Okay, first of that's why I'm saying the first you should know the syllabus. Then you will able to understand the means current affair, value of newspaper. What is the purpose of newspaper? And your time taking in initial part of your preparation, you can I know you all are giving 2 hours time for reading newspaper. 2 घंटे बाद इस newspaper complete नहीं हो पाता. This is the problem with everyone. Initial stage of your their preparation, after reading a 2.5 hour 3 hour newspaper, newspaper, they are not able to complete it. What is the main reason behind it? Why you're taking a lot of time for completing a newspaper? Because you don't know the syllabus, you don't know the past year question paper. That's why I will recommend you to read a syllabus always, and find the past year question paper, a book where you will able to get all the past year question paper. Then you understand the topic and the importance of the current affair on reading a newspaper. Okay, now let's move ahead. Here I'm going to discuss one topic in geomorphology. Geomorphology is the part of your physical geography. So first of all, you should know what is geography. So geography is the study of earth. Okay, we call geography as a study of earth. Okay, study means geo means earth, grapho means description. So description of the earth, we can say geography, whatever the things present on the surface of the earth. Okay, that is a branch of geography. So we can say a geography is divided in two parts. One is called your physical geography. Okay, physical geography, where we study about the physiography of the world. Physical geography that include climatology. Okay, climatology. One topic, climatology, geomorphology. Okay, that include oceanography, also include biogeography. Okay, biogeography. This is the part of the physical geography. And second one is called human geography. So what is human geography? Application of physical geography we see in a human geography means settlement, human settlement, their economic activity, their social, cultural significance, everything. When we study about human geography, that is everything. When we study about the human beings, their occupation activity, their all means cultural settlement, that will be the part of your human geography. Means you see us, if you will visit South India, and you'll see the settlement in South India, a rural settlement, people's habit, what they are eating, their dressing sense. And you will visit a northeastern states, you will find the very diversity is there. Why this diversity is there? Diversity is because of this physical geography, because of the climate of a place, because of the land forms, climate, temperature. Okay, this all create a human settlement different from one part of India to other part of India. That's why to understand human geography, you have to first focus on physical geography. You should know the climate. Why India have a monsoon in the month of June? Why India is more dry during winter season, northeast monsoon season? Why India have different types of crops in different seasons? For example, kharif crops you see in the month of monsoon, rabi crops in the month of winters. Why India have all these things? So that will be very easily can relate with physical geography. Once you will have a physical geography information, then you can easily identify it. Now, what are the topics you have to study in geomorphology? Geomorphology means study of landforms. What are the process that are required for the formation of landforms? You see a mountain in India. If I will draw the map of India, southern, just a rough diagram of India, you will find that a physiography of India is very different. Okay, physiography of India is. Let me draw a very rough map of India. Okay, so this is the suppose the rough map of India. You see the Himalaya is present. This part Himalaya is present. Okay, this is called Himalaya mountain is present, and this is the northeastern Himalaya is also present. Northeastern Himalaya. This entire region is called desert part. Okay, this part of India is called Great Plain. Okay, Great Plain of India. Then you see Western Ghat is present here, and Eastern Ghat is present here. Western Ghat. Okay, Western Ghat, Eastern Ghat. So these mountains are present. We call as physiography of India. When we study about the physiography, means different relief features that is spread on the surface of the earth, we call as geomorphology. Means this is a part of geomorphology, where we study different process. क्या process था उसको formation होने का? What are the reasons behind for degradation? Okay, soil erosion activity. That will be the part of geomorphology. Now, topics that you have to cover in geomorphology in GS is Earth's interior. You have to study about the Earth's interior, what present inside the Earth, and what important study. Okay, what are the sources to know about the interior of the Earth? Okay. Okay, many of the students are also have a question on YouTube. Also, they are asking Gaurav. Okay. Yes, Rami Sethi, you have a doubt, you can ask me question. So Earth's interior, like a crust, mantle, core, Okay, crust mantle core, you know, crust mantle core is the internal part of the earth. Then what are the important study that explains scientists to know at what depth crust is present, at what depth mantle is present, at what depth core is present. So this is called this type of features is called your seismology. So seismology is one important study that helps scientists to know with the help of seismic waves, means during the earthquake, whatever the energy released, that is called a seismic waves. And this seismic wave helps scientists to understand internal structure of the earth. Maybe in mains exam they can ask you question about the seismology. Yeah, right, means how do you know with the help of seismology that explains scientists about the internal structure of the earth. So that is the earth's interior. Then many important theories you have to study called continental drift theory, very important theory, convectional current theory, sea floor spreading theory, plate tectonic theory. Then earthquake, volcano, rocks and types, geomorphic process, and landforms. In geomorphology, two things is very important to know. Whatever features you see on the surface of the earth, like mountains, plateau, plain, or river valleys, that forms means topography, or we can say landforms. Landforms are formed because of two important process. One is called your endogenetic force, means geomorphic process, endogenetic force. Okay, and other one is called exogenetic force. Remember these two forces. These two forces are responsible for formation of relief features on the surface of the earth. And when we say endogenetic force, means force that is coming within the earth. You see the consequences like earthquake का होना, volcanic eruption होना. Okay, जब volcanic eruption होता है, when lava come out on the surface of the earth, lava means molten materials. When come out on the surface of the earth, it's cool and solidified, and it result in the formation of different types of landform. Okay, so endogenetic means within earth. Whatever the force that is coming within the earth, we call as endogenetic force. And force that is coming outside the earth is called exogenetic, means like wind, river, sun is the ultimate source of energy, we know that. So when wind is blowing, so it erode the rocks particle, it erode the weathering, erosion that happening, means whatever thing is created because of endogenetic force, that part of landform is degraded, means they break into pieces because of this exogenetic force. Now these two forces are responsible, they act simultaneously, and that result in the formation of different types of landforms on the surface of the earth. So here I am going to discuss a one important topic from geomorphology called one important theory called continental drift theory. Okay, मैं continental drift theory को discuss करने जा रहा हूँ. And before this, let's understand the subject called geomorphology. So geomorphology is the study of landforms, their processes. Okay, mountain, you know the landform is called mountain, like Himalaya is a landform. Now, what is the process behind for the formation of Himalaya? And you see the sediments. Okay, like Great Plain of India, it is called sediments. Means deposition of sediment that brought by the river from the Himalaya is called sediments. How these sediments are deposited and what are the different features, different significance of sediments. We have alluvial soils that is more fertile in nature. That's why you see Ganga Plain have more agriculture activity as compared to southern part or northeastern states. Why Ganga Plain? States like Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, West Bengal, okay, Punjab, Haryana, this all means states have a very good agriculture activity because of presence of these alluvial soils. And this alluvial soils is nothing but a sediments that brought by river from the top of the mountains when it reaches over the plain. So it carry a lot of sediment. वही sediment deposit होने की वजह से plains का बनता है. Okay, so geomorphology is all about science of description of various form of the earth surface. Different forms, relief features that form on the surface of the earth, they can that is called geomorphology. Okay, so question, which important topic of geography? Important topic means I will, जैसे कि मैंने अभी important topic बताया आपको इसमें geomorphology में. These are the important topics. Now let's discuss important continental drift theory. Okay, continental drift theory. Now you see the present shape of the continent. This is the present position of the continent. Okay, like you see this is the North America, this is the South America, this is Africa, this is called Eurasia, together we call Eurasia. This is the Indian subcontinent, then Australia, and then Antarctica. This is the present situation, present position of the means continent at present time you see. Now this continental drift theory, okay, I'm just giving a very rough a summary of the theory. Okay, continental drift theory. continental drift theory was given by, first of all, you know the name of the scientist called Alfred Wegener. Okay, in 1912. Okay, so Alfred Wegener, what he said that whatever the position of the continent right now you see at present time, millions of year ago means 200 million year ago, 250 250 million year ago, all these continent were the part of the only one landmass. What he said that during a carboniferous period 250 million year ago, whatever the continent you are seeing means North America, South America, Africa, Eurasia, Australia, and all are assembled, means joined together. There was called supercontinent. उन्होंने कहा था कि जो at present position of the continent you see, that was not 250 million year ago. This was not the picture. The picture was very different. Means all the continents were merged together. They all means joined together, and he had given the name of the supercontinent. He said that there was not a seven continent. At present we know seven continent, but 250 million year ago there was only one continent. That name he called a supercontinent called Pangea. Okay, he said Pangea. Pangea is the name of the supercontinent, that all the continent was joined together, and this was happened during Carboniferous period. Okay, 250 million year ago. If you don't remember the name of the period, okay, like Carboniferous period, Miocene period, you remember the years. 250 million year ago. Okay, so all the continent were merged together. They called a supercontinent called Pangea, and this Pangea was surrounded by a water body entire like a Pacific Ocean. At present Pacific Ocean, this is called a ancient Pacific Ocean. So Pangea is a supercontinent that's surrounded by a Pacific Ocean called a Panthalassa. This was the given a theory given by Alfred Wegener. And most important thing about the Pangea, most important thing means interesting point about the continental drift theory was Alfred Wegener was not a man who going to study about the landform. He was a person who wanted to study about the climate change. Okay, see the means how accidentally he had given the theory continental drift theory, because he was main purpose of Alfred Wegener was to know the reason behind for the climate change. Means he was more interested in climatology. He was more interested to study about the elements in atmosphere, means rainfall patterns, Hawaii climate change. So when Alfred Wegener was studied rocks, okay, rocks of different places of the world, for example, when he studied rocks of Brazil, he found that rocks of Africa, both are matching with each other. He also studied the rocks of Appalachian Mountain. Here, Appalachian Mountain USA is present, and there's some rocks of this Scandinavian country. He found that all the rocks show the similar properties. It means that it was a big question in the mind of Wegener, why these rocks means at present they are thousands of kilometers apart, and the places experience a different types of climate. Then how these rocks show such a means high similarities? So it was a question in his mind. He also studied of some fossils of animals that was discovered from Argentina, and this type of animals are called land reptiles. And again, the fossil of these land reptiles found in the South Africa, part of the Africa. Again, one question in his mind: how these land reptiles crosses this vast ocean. This is the Atlantic Ocean. This is called Atlantic Ocean that was present between the two continents. And now the distance between these two continents is thousands more than 1500 kilometers. So how it is possible for this land reptile to swim a big and vast and very deep ocean and reaches the South Africa? So he assumed that once this is only possible when all the continents were once the part of the same landmass. Okay, so that was the evidences that was given by a Wegener. So Wegener theory was completely rejected by many of the geophysicists and many of the scientists in 1920, 1930, because they wanted to know, okay, they able to accept the fact that continent is drifting, continent is shifting their position on the Earth's surface. But what is the reason behind for shifting of the continent? What is the reason behind for drifting the continent? That was a big question from all of the scientists from Wegener. So they are asking continuously question to Wegener. Can you say what is the reason behind for this? You said drifting of the continent. Okay, we will all accept their point that drifting of the continent is a true fact. But what is the reason behind this? You are talking about Carboniferous period. Means this all game start during the Carboniferous period. What about the before Carboniferous period? What was the position of the continent before Carboniferous period? So all this point become a weakest point of the Wegener theory. But at present we study the Wegener theory because of he was the first person who talked about the drifting of the continent. Before Wegener, there was a Taylor, another means who had studied about the mountains of the different part of the world, but their all theory was not able means so much popular as compared to Wegener. So Wegener means when he studied the different rocks, different fossils. Okay, when he studied the means pattern of coastal area of South America and pattern of the coastal area landform this Africa, he said that you can, if you want to fit, if you want to bring these two land masses very close to each other, means they can fit within each other. It's like it's a part of the same landmass. Okay, so this all evidences he wanted to prove by the help of his continuous drift theory. Okay, so continuous drift theory, as you see in this diagram, diagram explained very clearly here that this was a Pangea. Now, this Pangea was surrounded by a water body called a Panthalassa. And this is the diagram that is given in your NCRT. Okay, that's why I have chosen diagram from the NCRT, because of reason you can able to correlate it. Okay, so this is called Panthalassa. Okay, Panthalassa, and this is after a passage of time, 150 million years, this Pangea was split in two parts called Laurasia and Gondwana land. Now, our peninsular India, our peninsular India is a part of Gondwana land, and Laurasia, what are the present continent like North America? Maybe in prelims they can ask you question: which of the following continent is the part of Laurasia? Which of the following continent is part of Gondwana land? In prelims they can ask you question. Okay, North America, Eurasia, Eurasia means Europe plus Asia. That is the part of Laurasia, and Gondwana include very easily you can relate South America, okay, Africa, South America, Africa, then Indian Peninsula, Australia, Antarctica. They are all the part of the Gondwana land. And again, with passage of time, 100 million years ago, this continent further spread into many small parts, and they started drifted in different direction. This is the present continent, present position of the continent. So this was the theory called a continental drift theory. Okay. What was the weakest point of his theory? Weakest point of his theory was the forces. Okay, like this, he suggested some of the evidences, like matching of a continent jigsaw fit. Means you can fit South America and Africa very easily. The Brazil part and the Gulf of Guinea of Africa can easily means fit within each other. Similarly, you see this is the Indian Peninsula, and this the island is called Madagascar Island. This Madagascar Island can easily fit with Africa. This Antarctica means it's so that all these continents were the part of the same landmass. So this is called matching the continent called jigsaw fit. This was the first evidence given by Wegener. Then he said the rocks of the same age, means all the continents showing the same age rocks, their properties are very similar. It's so that maybe they are a part of the same landmass. They all experience the same type of climate. Okay, so built of ancient rock of 2,000 million years from Brazil coast matches with those from the Western Africa. So this was a big question in the mind of the Wegener. How it is possible that rocks means showing a similar showing the similar age and similar properties. So it is only true when both the continents were part of the same landmass. Now, Tillite deposit, very important here. Tillite is called a sedimentary rock. Okay, what is Tillite here? Tillite is called sedimentary rock. Maybe in prelims they can separately ask a question: which of the following statement is correct about the Tillite deposit? So Tillite deposit is a sedimentary rock, and this type of rock is only formed when with the help of deposition of sediments. And what agents will bring this type of sediments? It is the glacier, because the erosion of the glacier activity, whatever the sediment is deposited is called as Tillite deposit. So the Gondwana system of sediment from India is known to have counterpart 6 different land masses. You see in color, South America also have the Tillite deposits. Africa also has Tillite deposits. India also have Tillite deposits. Antarctica, Australia, Madagascar. And so what Wegener said that this all means places now present in tropical countries. Tropical means located in tropical means where a sun rays are very good amount of sun it received this part of the earth surface, means tropical part. Means tropic of Cancer and between the tropic of Capricorn, this part receive very good amount of sunlight. So possibility of the glacier on plain is not at present. Can we see a glacier on plain? We see the glacier over the mountain at the 6,000 meter height, like in Himalaya we have a glacier. So but over the plain area no glacier is present. So that was a big question. Means maybe this part of the Gondwana is present very close to the southern pole, south pole, that experience a very cold condition was there. That's why all these places show the Tillite deposit. Okay, another important evidence that was given Wegener was called placer deposit. Now placer deposit is something is deposited by the rivers.
minerals, a very good quality of minerals that is deposited by the rivers is called a placer deposit. Means discovery gold in Ghana, country in Africa. This part of Africa, a very means this part of Africa, discovery of the gold, this part, and completely absence of gold bearing vein part of the Brazil. Means when scientists found a gold in Ghana, a country in Africa, then discovered from what is the source of this gold. So they found that the source of the gold is present in Brazil, which is thousands of kilometers away from Africa. So he said that it is not possible for the river to cross this Atlantic Ocean and deposit the sediment in Ghana. This is only possible when both the continent were once the part of the same landmass. So this is called placer deposit. And then he suggests some of the fossils. Okay, fossils like some reptiles called a Mesosaurus. Okay, Cynognathus, Lystrosaurus, and Glossopteris. These are called some floral and some faunal fossils that were discovered from two different part of the world. And vegetation and animals basically depend on a type of climates. और वहाँ का जो climate है उस पर depend करता है वहाँ का vegetation. You see, means a snow leopard in Himalayan. A snow leopard cannot survive in Ganga plain over the or southern part of India because snow leopard required a very cold condition. Polar bear required a very cold condition. So similarly, vegetation and animals basically depend on type of means climate. So the discovery of fossil of this species from very far location, it indicates that all these places experience the same type of climate and they were the part of the same landmass. Okay, so see the picture. In picture, you can easily identify the all are extinct animals. They are not present. So like this is called Listosaurus, Xenognathus, Mosasaurus. These are some reptiles that completely disappear from the Earth's surface, but their fossil was discovered from different part of the America and Africa. So it question in the mind of the Wegener, how is it possible? Must be they be a part of the same landmass? Now, what was the main means forces? Theory. He suggested the forces. When many of the scientists asked a question that can you reason behind for why all this continent was drifted a different location. So Wegener said that continent were different two location. He said that like North America and South America is drifting westward, okay, and Africa along with Peninsula India, they are drifting northward. So two location. He said that two direction. Wegener said that two direction means some continents are drifting westward and some continents are drifting toward the north. And he had given a separate reason behind for two different direction. So those continents like North America that is separate from Eurasia and South America that was separate from Africa, when a gap was created between these two continents was filled with the water, and now we know by the name called Atlantic Ocean. Now this North America and South America is drifting westward because of the tidal force. He said that the reason behind for this force is called tidal force. Means tide generating force, at present rising and fall of sea level twice a day we call as tidal force. And this is only possible because of the gravitational pull of sun and moon. So what Wegener said that if this force will be applying for a long period of time, this will be effective for drifting the continent. At present, scientists completely discarded this force, and he said that it is not possible for a tides to drift a continent. Means 10,000, whatever the force required for means rising and falling of sea level because of the gravitational pull of sun and moon, a 10,000 million times more force is required for drifting of the continent. So it is not the case. This force was completely a wake force. Okay, westward, equatorward, because of difference between gravitational force and buoyant force. So he said that when our Earth is not a perfectly spherical body, it's a oblate spheroid or geoid shape, because our Earth equator part is more bulge. So that's why most of the force, gravity force, is applying toward the equator. So this continent was drifting toward the equator. So this was again we can say a very means not a logic behind for applying such type of force. So gravitational okay, what is gravitational differential force? A gravitational differential force is difference between gravity and pole frame, difference between gravity and your buoyant force. This force is applying like this. Suppose this is a body, is a very good spherical body or good shaped body like a square or any body. So this gravitational force is applying downward, and buoyant force, buoyant force is applying upward. So when this force is applying, the resultant force will be applying in this direction. Okay, this is the resultant force. As our Earth is not a complete spherical, it's an oblate spheroid, bulge at the equator. So because of these two forces are not exactly opposite to each other, and due to this, resultant force is applying toward the equator. And like Indian peninsula is moving toward equator, and South Africa is also moving toward the north. And because of this movement, what happened? We know the consequence. Himalaya का formation हुआ, Alps mountain का formation यूरोप में हुआ. Okay, so equator what forces? These two forces became the weakest point of the Wegener theory. Okay, this force was the weakest point of the Wegener theory because this force is completely insufficient force. They are not capable of drifting of the continent. So this was a major means you can say that demerit of his theory. These are just opposite, applying opposite side. Okay, these forces are applying opposite, means gravitational force is applying opposite sides and buoyant force is applying upward side. So resultant force will be this will be resultant force will be applying in different direction. But our Earth is not spherical, so these forces are not, means they, we can say their angle between these two forces is not a 180 degree, is less than 180 degree. So resultant forces is moving toward the your equator. That's why this continent means America is like Indian peninsula, and Africa is moving toward the north. So many of the scientists criticize this point. If this type of force is really existed, then all the continent must be placed very near to the equator. Okay, सारे continent means equator के पास ही होना चाहिए था, लेकिन ऐसा तो है नहीं. All the continents are very far from the equator also. So that's why they discarded this force also. Okay, so if in exam the question become, you can write also the weakest point of the theory. So weakest point of the theory is the forces applied to Wegener are not sufficient enough to drift the continent. Means 10,000 million times more force is required. Both the coast of Atlantic Ocean cannot be completely refuted. That he said a jigsaw feat. This may be because of the sea erosion. Erosion activity भी होता है, sea waves का erosion होता है, वो कहीं ना कहीं modified कर दे coastal area का. So that's why it is not completely truth to say that both the continent were the part of the landmass, same landmass. Okay, Alfred Wegener cannot explain anything about the pre-Carboniferous period. He only explained what happened after the Carboniferous period. What means उसके बाद का story वो बता रहे. उसके पहले का story, what was the story before it? It was he was completely silent. And he also said the Sial Sima theory, because basically Sial Sima theory was given by Edward Sayce. He said that Sial is basically continental crust and Sima is the oceanic crust. Means this Sial is floating over Sima. Continental crust is floating over oceanic crust. And because of this reason, you see a different mountains features on the surface of the earth. Now the Wegener, in initial part of his theory, he said that Sial is floating over Sima without any resistance. But in later part of his theory, he said that Sial is floating over Sima with resistance, and this is result in the formation of fold mountains. वर्ल्ड में जो भी फोल्ड माउंटेन देखते हैं, रॉकीज का फॉर्मेशन होना, एंडीज माउंटेन्स, हिमालय, एल्प्स. Okay, this all mountains are fold mountain. So he said that what is the reason behind for the formation of these fold mountains? He said that Sial means continental crust is floating over oceanic crust and it provides a resistance because the friction. Okay, this calls for the further collection of sediments, folding hua, warping hua, and that calls for the formation of fold mountains, different fold mountain of the world. Okay, so this was the theory about the continental drift theory. Let's see a past year question paper. Now you see what was the question from this theory. So it was a question in your means 2013 mains exam, GS paper mains exam. They had already asked a question. Means what do you understand by the theory of continental drift, and discuss the prominent evidences in support. This was the mains question. Okay, so this was direct question from this topic. Maybe next year question they will ask you from the same topic about the forces responsible for a drifting of the continent, and you have to criticize the continental drift theory. Maybe criticize the continental drift theory, and you can relate with the plate tectonic theory. Okay, now most acceptable theory at present time is plate tectonic theory that explain all the reason behind means what is the reason behind for the formation of mountains. Okay, volcanic eruptions, earthquake. Okay, why whether continent is drifting or not. Every means question is solved with the help of plate tectonic theories. So maybe they can ask you a question about a relation between plate tectonic theories and continental drift theory. Okay, so after the completion of this topic, reading a topic read करने के बाद, I will give you questions. I will also give you some objective type questions. You can solve it. You can clear all the doubts related with the topic. Means whatever the question become in prelims or mains exam related with this topic, you can easily solve it. Okay, so not here, not only important to cover the topics, you have to also solve the question. You should do a writing practice. Okay, means many of the students are waiting for once they will complete a prelims exam, once they will qualify prelims, then they will join a test series. You should not repeat these things. Once you complete the topic, you can select the question from the past year and start writing. Okay, writing practice you can start from initial period of your preparation. Okay, so this is all about the webinar about the geography intro. Very soon we'll start also geography optional. Okay, geography optional also. That is more. Most of you are asking about geography optional, so I will take a webinar on geography optional also. Okay. So thanks for watching this. Means attending this session. Whenever we'll have a session, this will be notified to all of you. Okay. You can, if you have any doubt, you can ask me a question. You can ask me a question if you have doubt. Okay, so very soon we'll notify another session hour. Okay, thank you. Good night.